Okay, great. So I'm checking my provider's orders, and I'm coming in and I'm checking my patient and seeing the reasoning for the infusion. I'm also going to be checking that they have a consent form, which they do, and then I would be checking their order results to see what their blood typing is and if the blood matching has happened within the last 72 hours, which it all has. And they are O negative blood. Perfect. So now I can go into my, I'm going to go and collect my blood. So I can go over here and I would check it out, and I'm going to check with my orders. Looks like we're doing 1 unit of blood, and it's going to be O negative, and this is for Jane Doe. The cross match is accurate, blood type is accurate, and then the unit number 9978. True, it expires 12/3/2024. And then I have 30 minutes between the time that I collect it and the time that I need to begin administering it. And then this is packed red blood cells. Perfect. So I've got that. I've got my saline, my tubing, flush. I can go into my patient. Bring it all over here. And then I also have already checked and made sure that my IV line was patent. So I'm going to prepare all of my blood, and then I will talk with my patient and educate. So I've got my go to hand hygiene. Put my gloves on. Tubing. This would have, oh, it has a cap on it. Great. And then I'm gonna make sure both of these are locked. I'm gonna hang my saline bag. Great. And then I can spike it. Wow, so many caps. That's so awesome. Wow. So you're pro-online. I wish. Great. And then I'm going to undo. Great. Got my garbage can. And then I'm going to make sure that this goes all the way up over the filter. Texas is something like maybe you would learn about Texas. Oh yeah, the Alamo. She said she learned a lot about like high columns. I was like, we learned nothing about yeah, Colorado we learned maybe a little bit about like the cold rush. Oh, okay. I learned about like that was about it. Okay, great. Because the tubing's old. Okay, so then I'm gonna just let this go out, and I'm gonna make sure that this whole tubing is primed, so I'm gonna loosen this cap and just let it run all the way through. Make sure that everything works. Great. Now I can lock that. And then did you ever watch I'm gonna lock my saline bag. Riley, did you ever watch alcohol stuff? Great. Now I have my blood. Oh, we're good. Right here that I'm gonna hang. And then I'm gonna do my first set of vital signs right now. So I would go in and I would say, "Hi, my name is Lily. I'm gonna be your nurse today. Will you tell me your name and date of birth?"
It's Jenny Jenkins, 12/26.
Perfect. Thanks, Jenny. So today we're going to be doing a blood transfusion because I saw you just had your surgery, and we took labs, and it looks like your levels are low. So I saw that you signed a consent form. Is that accurate?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
do you
fine.
feel okay with us doing this infusion? It's just going to help bring your blood levels back up to where they need to be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and then some of the things we want to monitor for are, I want you to let me know if there's any burning or flushing or swelling, or if you start to get hot or feel dizzy. while we're doing the blood transfusion, because if that happens, then we just need to address it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so perfect. So then I'm going to do a check, and I'm going to have another nurse come in and check with me. And we're going to have it check the name, and this is Jenny Jenkins, which is what this says, obviously. And then the tag is 9978, unit is 9978. Blood type OO, packed red blood cells. We are comparing it with our orders up here, which are for the same thing, and then for the same birth date, and this expires 12/3/2024.
Perfect.
Okay, great. So then the other nurse would sign it, I would sign it. We're gonna go in, I'm gonna put new gloves on. Well, let me scan first. I would scan. Oh, I actually have to, huh? Okay, I'll do that after. I would scan, and then I would scan the blood. Perfect. Can put my gloves on. And then I can remove the cap. Both of these are clamped. Spike it. Great, and then I'm going to prime and be careful to not lose any blood while I do that. So we're gonna loosen that. Loosen. We're gonna let that flow potentially. I need to spike it further. Okay, that's open. There we go. Okay. We're going through, and normally this wouldn't mix, but this isn't blood. So it's gonna mix, and I'm just gonna do my best to stop it where it looks like it's not blood anymore. Great, and we'll say that that's where the blood starts. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and now I would take my first set of vitals, and so all of their vital signs are normal, so I could go and I would hand hygiene because I've been dealing with blood, and then I would put gloves on. Great, and then I'm just gonna check that the IV is still patent. So I'm gonna pull you up a little bit. As I'm doing this, I want you to let me know if there's any burning at your IV site, okay?
Okay.
Make sure to pop the IV bubble, and then if this didn't have an alcohol cap on it, I would scrub this for 15 seconds. But we're gonna pretend I have an alcohol cap on it. Pull it off, and now I'm going to flush. How does that feel? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. I don't see any infiltration, so it looks like our IV site is still clear. So I'm going to saline lock that. Perfect. And then I would alcohol cap. Great. So now I would program this. Oh, there's nothing. So I would pull this through, and then I would program this to be going at, I would make sure to scan to make sure that it was with the right patient, and then I would program it for the first 15 minutes to go for 1 milliliter per minute, because we want to do 15 milliliters for 15 minutes. And then I would go and I would connect this, remove the cap. I would connect this to my patient's tubing. Great. and I would watch for the first 15 minutes. I would check and make sure that there's no infiltration, and then I would take IV, I would take vital signs at 5 minutes, and then, is it 5 minutes? 5 minutes and then 15 minutes? Okay, great, I would do that, and then if it was okay, I would come back in and I would change the transfusion rate to be over 2 to 4 hours depending on protocol, and then I would come in once they were done, and I would remove it. I would chart how long the infusion took, and then I would take one final set of vital signs. Okay, so we've finished your transfusion. We'll probably take labs just to check your levels again. How do you feel? Was that okay?
Yeah, I feel okay.
Okay, and then do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, perfect. So then I would go and I would record in the EHR, the vital signs, and then the transfusion took place and there was no transfusion reaction.
Perfect.
Safety time.